Glorious day to you, my friends. Kia tahara nahaskato ruhuto. Happy solstice. Welcome to day number 71 of being, this blissful existence, illuminating and nurturing grace. Nitor osahanahatita. Shai hitor okotoroto. We're for 144 days. And today we're finishing up the first half. Itorishana utura atakashke ita. We're spending time with our inner being. We're breathing. We're chanting. And we're allowing our inner being to reveal to us more about its true nature. And when we're ready, these other ideas, our connection to all that is, can be enhanced. As we reduce our separation from everyone else, our psychic abilities naturally evolve, come about, manifest themselves, emanate. So, the imagery they gave me before this series started is we're spiraling up the Great Pyramid of the Self they have revealed since then to the edge of this matrix, poking our head through the hub of the Dharma chakra. We're going to use this Eye of Providence to gain a divine perspective on this reality. Kaskana atoro uta harsha nito. And we're doing so by chanting. We're chanting magical chants throughout this whole series. Since we're spiraling up, we're using the golden spiral, the most natural spiral of nature. It's so because there's a natural spiral in the spiritual aspects as well. And since the golden spiral is based on the Fibonacci sequence, we're utilizing the Fibonacci sequence. It just so happens to be that 144 is one of the Fibonacci numbers. Our segments are broken up into various Fibonacci numbers. The first segment was 55 days, and subtle energies we were dealing with Vasundhara, the Earth Star chakra, and Annamaya Kosha, our food, our nourishment, this layer of ourselves that we get our nourishment from, that we believe we get our nourishment from. These koshas, this idea of koshas, are, when we were original consciousness, we decided to enrich our experience of consciousness. We put on these ideas of koshas, these layers of clothing that we put on. In our ultimate state of bliss, this Anandamaya kosha, it's not really a kosha because it's our natural state. There's no overcoat, there's no sheath, there's no anything. Then we devolve, and we want to enrich our experience, so we put on this idea of higher knowledge, or knowledge, and this Vijnanamaya kosha. We put this on, and now we're adding value to what we see, what we think, what we experience. And then we put on this next overcoat, this next piece of clothing, this next kosha. We put on our Manomaya kosha, this heart mind, where we're now analyzing what we're experiencing in this Vijnanamaya kosha, this knowledge and wisdom. So now we call it knowledge. It's just, we're observing things more. Nitora askana hatorishkana hatutara hasanata. And eventually we decided that we're going to have this experience of individuality. We're going to go through separation. As a part of this Vijnanamaya kosha, we created this idea of separation because it's a more fulfilling experience to say, oh, if I continue this thought, this idea here, this idea of me, then it's separate from the ideas of over here. And this is, I can call it another me, or from the viewpoint of over here, it's not me, it's you, it's somebody else over here. And this is me down here. So this is the continuing thought of me. And then as we get lower in this Vijnana Maya Kosha, we came up with the idea, oh, so now we can introduce this idea of death and rebirth. Okay, so now I've got multiple lifetimes and I got this really focused viewpoint of me. Totally cool in this life. And when we have these experiences, we place imprints in our auric field, in our Vijnana Maya Kosha, and since we've developed this knowledge thing, this thinking thing, our Manomaya Kosha, we are now placing these experiences in our auric field. It doesn't matter which life we're in, we're placing it in our auric field, our greater soul. Then, through this expansion, we wanted to come down and to experience this physicality. Through this expansion, we put on this other piece of clothing, this pranamaya kosha, this breath, so that we can engage in this physicality, we can engage in the breath, and it fulfills our lower chakras, and we're enriching our lives through this idea of breath and this physicality, and this mortal body that dies, and we can get reborn. We're still experience this. It's more rich. This prana is giving life to our lower chakras. And it's giving life to the ideas of what I want, what I'm inspired to do, what this pleasure is, and it's giving meaning to this physicality, this fear, this safety, this survival, to enrich our experience. Then, how do we feed this body? How do we feed this soul? How do we do both of these things? This is what this Annamaya Kosha is about. So the first 55 days, we dedicated the underlying energy of Vasundhara, our root system, into the Annamaya Kosha, the nourishment, our roots into the nourishment. And as we placed more roots into our heart center during those first 55 days, into the true nourishment of our soul. And we expanded into this density for a very rich, contrasting experience, so that we can take life beyond and consciousness beyond what it was before. And as we recognize more of our true nature, and we understand more of our soul and more of our experience and what it means to us, we're giving it meaning. And while we're doing this, we're choosing, we're constantly creating this new, the new now, the new life. And we're attracting things, and we're causing this expansion of all of consciousness, because in truth, we are this entire consciousness. And yes, that's a difficult concept to understand, but so now we got all of our koshas. The first 55 days were dedicated to our root system and placing more roots, releasing our attachment to this physical, and placing more roots into the spiritual, the true nourishment of our soul. During this 34-day segment, we are dealing with subtly, the subtle underlying energy is Muladhara, our root chakra. So this energy of foundation, and it's not really survival anymore. Okay? From the heart center, it's our foundation. And then it's the confidence and of the foundation of our heart, of our true authentic self. That's the true energy. Through gratitude, through joy. That's the true energy of Muladhara. We consciousness, in our infinite wisdom, decided to have a rich experience. How can we have a rich experience in this physicality? Oh, let's introduce this idea of fear, and let's introduce this idea, the opposite of that is, I feel safe now. Oh, I feel fearful. I feel safe. I feel fearful. So now we get to experience all of that, and then because of that, that feeds into our svadhisthana, our sacral chakra, our emotions. And so that causes more swings of richness in our experience. I was fearful. I escaped it. I survived. Yeah, kutari no toruskata. And so we put that experience in our energy field. And it was of value because we returned to I survived. It became valuable to survive. Well, during these 34 days, we're focusing on the breath. Well, every day we're focusing on the breath. And we're chanting in the magical chants. The first 55 days, we chanted Om Mani Padme Hum. I am the jewel of the lotus. And that is us in this highest form of consciousness, us being the shiny jewel in the lotus of our crown chakra, shining, being aware, being conscious, where we can observe or not observe. And we did that 108 times using the Mala of Joy. Well, we're chanting for 144 days, so we're going to chant 144 times each day. The other 36 are us reaching into spirit with 12 chants dedicated into the 3 segments of spirit. It's the spiritual self, it's what the spirit is creating, and what value the spirit has assigned to what was just created. Or if spirit is asking the question, we ask the question, we get the answer instantaneously, and all of that up at the highest, at the top of our pyramid of the self. We're in our lotus of awareness. Everything happens instantaneously because time doesn't exist at that point. So during these 34 days, we're placing more pieces, we don't necessarily want to call them bricks, pieces of our foundation in our heart center with the power of our breath, with the nourishment of our breath. So we're building on top of the ideas of root system, nourishment in our foundation, in our heart, and the safety and confidence in our heart. Because there's no fear in our true authentic self. There's only confidence, because we understand in here, we understand we are this universe. We are this infinite creative being, and we're constantly creating. And we know the rules of this universe. Why? Because we created them. And we're respecting our own rules. And we can change our own rules at any point in time because there are rules. Once we, as a human, in our humanness, once we start to understand this, that we can change the rules of this universe anytime that we want. We'll get there. We'll get there. During this 34-day segment, we have shifted the chants down. So we chanted Oma Hum during the first 55 days. Om, the wisdom. Ah, the emptiness. Hum, I am. I am the wisdom of the emptiness. Or we are, or unifying wisdom and this emptiness of meditation, so that our inner being, we're creating this space in our inner being so that it can shine more fully. We're really creating the space in our mind so that our inner being can take up more residence up here in our conscious mind, what we think is our conscious mind, our conscious active life. And we're simply doing this by breathing. So we've shifted the chants down. And so we're chanting Om Hum. 108 times using the Mala of Joy during this 34-day segment. And we're reaching into spirit with another magical chant based on Om, So, Hum. Hum, Hum, Hung, all the same word. All the same meaning, just different dialects as to how we're saying it. We're saying when we're in this Ananda chakra, or when we're reaching into spirit, we're using the NG ending. And when we're in the Mala of Joy, we're realizing and embodying this chant. And we're using the for savoring, for embodying. Kaskata hotor ano kasha eto hurto shasha anihito korahasu. So we're chanting Om Ahum and embodying the wisdom of the emptiness. And we're reaching in the spirit with Om So Hum, Om So Hum. Om, the primordial sound of the universe. So is based on Sa, our in-breath. What we're breathing in, it's also that. We're inviting in this divinity of the universe. We're inviting in the whole universe with our breath in. And whom I am. I am this, the universe. I am that. Whatever we see, it's another version of us. I am that, I am that, I am that. That's what this chant means. And when we're dwelling in our lotus of awareness, we understand that we are our thoughts. And we are everything because we thought everything. We'll get there. Today, we're just going to breathe. We're going to chant. And we're going to spend time with our inner being. And our inner being is going to reveal what it does. So solstice, winter solstice, or this solstice, is so the earth has a tilt, and as it revolves around the sun, this tilt is pointing, is aligned directly with the sun. So the sun, based on the tilt, when it goes around, if you track sunrise or noon every day, the sun appears at a different point in the sky. And as the sun makes its way up and down, the sun is technically during winter solstice in the northern hemisphere, this solstice, the sun, the earth is pointing away from the sun, so that the sun it's summertime down in the southern hemisphere because the sun is directly here. The sun makes a path from summer solstice in the northern hemisphere, from the June solstice to the December solstice. The sun makes its way down to the Tropic of Cancer, and then all the way back up to the Tropic of Cancer. Capricorn, Cancer. Capricorn, Cancer. So winter solstice, summer solstice. And we've made our way down to, in the northern hemisphere, we've made our way down into the darkness. And around winter solstice, it just means the sun is standing still. We're experiencing the darkest nights of the year. And this darkness was fearful. And it can be fearful. That's just an opportunity for us to shine our light and illuminate the true nature of things. That's the invitation of the winter solstice. The invitation from the summer solstice is to celebrate life and to celebrate this nurturing ball of light in the sky that causes the crops to grow, that life, the plant life on this planet has responded to the sun and is producing oxygen and other things based on sunlight and the chemical reactions of life that came about by this golden spiral. Nitoro usha hisa atakarito hurtoro. So when we're celebrating the cycles of the sun, we're also celebrating the cycles of life. Winter has come to represent death, and the spring equinox, when the amount of daylight is equal equinox, that's winter is past, and this is the rebirth portion of it. This is like we're experiencing the death of one of our body's incarnations, and the spring equinox is celebrating the birth or rebirth of a new physical form of our bodies. And we can celebrate this, and we're celebrating the cycles of just life. Kasuhuturyo nasa atakarehatatitoko. They're celebrations. That's it. Because everything. Why not live life as everything is a celebration? And as we gently tune our vibration based on our joy, that's it. Because when we're experiencing the contrast, let's say that we get upset at some crazy driver. They're being crazy, and for some reason it bothers us. We don't have to get bothered by it. We can come up with all these ideas to help us to relax. Oh, they must be in a hurry. Oh, yeah, maybe there's an emergency where they need to get there quickly. Who knows? To me, kasutur usha arta arnehisokuto. When I found myself attaching to it, I, sent a Reiki symbol, and that doesn't have to be my reality. Just for the Reiki ideals came to mind at that point. Just for today, do not anger, do not worry, be filled with gratitude, dedicate yourself to your work, and be kind to all people. When I first learned it, I couldn't remember that. So I said, okay, just for today. I repeated the just for today in every line. I go, okay, cool. So I can remember anger. I can remember worry. Just for today, I shall not anger. Cool. When I saw the other driver, I don't have to choose anger right now. I don't have to get angry at that other driver, no matter how much it's caused me to slam on my brakes or be cognizant of somebody who's not driving normally. As it comes out, I shall not, just for today, I shall not anger. We can say just for right now also. That anger has to do with the past. It happened, but I can continue to bring it along with me into this now, and then this now, and then this now. I'm recreating the past by staying angry. And while we're worrying, oh, something is going to come up in the future. Oh no, oh no, oh no. We're bringing that future moment to the present. What is it really doing? It's robbing us from our own present moment. We're not fully experiencing this moment by worrying or being angry. These two aspects of time. I shall be filled with gratitude. Well, that's let's get aligned. Doesn't matter what we were experiencing before. Right now, I can choose gratitude. That's brilliance. This is how the Yoga Sutras started. Okay? Atta. Up to now, doesn't matter. Now starts the practice of yoga, which is self-discipline. It can be a spiritual practice, but it starts out as self-discipline. I'm going to dedicate myself to improving myself, no matter how it is. Just for today, I shall be filled with gratitude. Just today, I shall be dedicated to my work. Again, that's let me focus on the present moment. Another bit of reinforcing. One is, let's pick up my gratitude, which is joy, no utora, and kasihito utor utotorish. I shall dedicate myself to my work. What you're doing right now is who you are, so let me be fully invested in it. dedicate myself to my work. If we're doing dishes, guess what? That's my work right now. Why not focus on it? Yes, I can converse with everyone else who's there, but to me, if I'm planning on something that's going to happen this weekend coming up, am I going to drop one of the dishes and break them? Who knows what's going to happen? Am I going to turn around and spin really quickly and run into somebody else who's in the kitchen and then cause some disaster? But if I'm fully present, then I can get the task done, but I can experience this now. And I shall be kind to all people. This has to do with us. The gratitude has to do with our visions of ourselves, and this I shall be kind to all people is how we interact with the outside world. So this is everything that Ashtanga and the Yoga Sutras of Patanjali are building our foundation for. Yata aratanaha so utoru fusha akutoru tati. We don't have to choose the anger. We don't have to choose the worry. As we place more pieces into our heart center, and we breathe in relaxing, and we breathe out releasing, to embody this present moment. Maybe that's today's video. Embodying the present moment. Kashkutoro of solstice, who knows? Viskohotoro, standing still. Nati tukurusu utoro tata. Embodying this present moment, savoring. Let's ask our inner being, and we'll see when this thing gets posted, what the title becomes. Asohotoro Shih na Taratehata. So I invite you to relax. Whether you lie down, whether you sit, or whether you sit in seated meditation, it does not matter. What's important is comfort, ease, relaxing. To allow the experience to be what it is. As we focus our awareness on our breath, and we begin to lengthen and deepen our breath, as we begin to notice things about our breath. As we become more aware of the sound of our breath. As we listen to the sound of our in-breath. As we notice the difference of our out-breath. As we notice the cool air as we breathe in. As we feel the warm air as it exits our body. As we feel how it feels to breathe in. As we feel how it feels to breathe out. Now let us focus our awareness on our heart center. For in our heart center is the home of our holy fire. And our holy fire is the source of our bright light. And every breath that we take with intention fans the flames of our holy fire, and it increases our already bright light. And this holy fire and this bright light make cracks and segues through this debris of life, which is this natural debris, so that the light shines more fully and helps break down these contrasting ideas. And our holy fire is the holy fire, which is the highest source of consciousness. It's yet another name for God. And in this highest source of consciousness, there is no me. There is no individual. It's where the one is the all, and the all is the one. Where there is only total acceptance, which is holy fire, which is unconditional love. All names for God. All names for you. And this unconditional love, which is your true nature, which is this holy fire, has no conditions to it. When you need this unconditional love, it is there for you. And this total acceptance always respects free will, the free will of every thought that you have, the free will of every word that you speak, and the free will and total acceptance of every action that you take, all without judgment from the highest source of consciousness. All of this exists inside of you in your heart center. Total acceptance. You are complete. You are fully accepted. And let us take this idea of completeness and move it down through the chakras, moving it into Manipura, the solar plexus chakra, sharing this idea of I am complete, I am abundant, I lack nothing. With Manipura, with our ideas of intention, with our ideas of inspiration, with our ideas of what I want to create. And let us move this I am complete idea, this holy fire, and let us merge it, move it down into Svadhisthana, our sacral chakra, sharing the ideas of I am complete, I am enough, with our emotions, with our ideas of pleasure, with our ideas of going through the flow, moving this holy fire, this completeness, into Muladhara, sharing the ideas that I am complete and I am enough, with Muladhara, with our ideas of fear, with our ideas of doubt, sharing this with our ideas of our foundation with our ideas of survival. As we ask this holy fire and our inner being to take all the pieces of our foundation that are ready to move into our heart center, to place them effortlessly into our heart center. Let us move this pure idea of completeness, this holy fire, down into Vasundhara, the Earth Star chakra, sharing the ideas of I am complete, I am enough, with our ideas of our root system and from where we get our nourishment, and from sharing these ideas with what is nourishing. As we ask the holy fire and our inner being to take all the roots that are ready to be placed into our heart center, to do so effortlessly and naturally. Now let us take this holy fire, this completeness, and move it down through the root system, down, 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 deep into the heart of Gaia, wrapping these roots around the heart of Gaia, giving her a great big hug, and thanking her for hosting this density and this life in this 3D reality. Giving her a great big hug and bringing back her grounded love and wisdom, along with the gentle reminder that we are spirit, we are enough, we are complete, and we're not made of this earth, this water, this fire, this air, nor are we made of the space in between. We are spirit. We are the highest source of consciousness. We are consciousness itself. And with this idea of completeness, let us bring along this density, this earth energy, and merge it upwards, unify it upwards through the root system, as we merge it into Vasundhara, unifying all these energies and ideas, stabilizing, balancing, harmonizing, and aligning with this completeness, that we are complete. Elevating this combined energy and merging it into Muladhara, unifying all these energies and ideas, stabilizing, balancing, harmonizing, aligning, that we are complete. Elevating this combined energy and merging it into Svadhisthana, unifying all these energies and ideas, stabilizing, balancing, harmonizing, aligning. Elevating this combined energy and merging it into Manipura, unifying all these energies and ideas, stabilizing, balancing, harmonizing, aligning with we are complete. Elevating this combined energy and merging it into Anahata, our heart center. Unifying all these energies and ideas, stabilizing, balancing, harmonizing, aligning that we are complete. And expanding this heart-centered awareness of completeness. Elevating this unified energy and merging it into Vishuddha, the throat chakra. Sharing the ideas that we are complete with our ideas of truth, with our ideas of sound, of harmony, of resonation, along with our ideas of the space in between, the Akash. Unifying all these energies and ideas, stabilizing, balancing, harmonizing, aligning, and expanding this complete, heart-centered truth of awareness. Elevating this combined energy and merging into Anya, the third eye chakra. Sharing the ideas of we are complete with our ideas of intuition, with our ideas of insight, with our ideas of illusion, with our ideas of separation. Unifying all these energies and ideas, stabilizing, balancing, harmonizing, aligning, and expanding this heart-centered awareness of the truth. Elevating this unified energy and combining with Sahasrara, our crown chakra. Sharing the ideas of we are complete with our ideas of consciousness, with our ideas of thought, sharing with our ideas of attachment, unifying all these energies and ideas, stabilizing, balancing, harmonizing, aligning, expanding our lotus of awareness, elevating this unified collective consciousness and merging into Vyapini, the soul star chakra, the goddess who is everywhere. Sharing the ideas of we are complete with our ideas of everything, with our ideas of allowing, with our ideas of separation. Unifying all these energies and ideas. Stabilizing, balancing, harmonizing, aligning, inviting in and unifying with the three ideas of divinity. This divine timing, this divine wisdom, this Rita. Unifying all these energies and ideas. Inviting in another aspect of divinity. This Vikara. Divine change, divine action. Unifying all these energies and ideas. Inviting in and unifying with yet another aspect of divinity. Shrishti. Divine creation, divine emanation. This thing we created, this thing we thought. Unifying all these energies and ideas. Allowing awareness to simply be. As we prepare to chant, the invitation to begin with Aum, which is simply Om, the primordial sound of the universe, stretched into its 3 sound components. Ah for the heart, Ooh for the root, for the embodying and savoring. As we slide the sound of Ah to Ooh, Aum, and then just seal it. And chanting Om Ah Hum 108 times using the Mala of Joy. And then the invitation to transition with Aum. A breath in for Aum. And a breath in to chant. Om Sakahitoro Tano Horo Shahyo Naridar Takana Hora Shahodo Hora Karana Sihara Kotor Hanoko Hora Karsana Hasija Sortukuhura Tukuhua Shaiti Ariana Hasua Karata Hesakuro Utoro Hokaru Ashanahiti Dora Hashanahua Karhasana Hasua Arati Toro Kutoro Hokatara Nahasua Kutora Hanuka Chiti Arya Haruto Hutoro Utora Harnahasai Harta Harshanahi Sohoka Katoro Konaha Anahitar Hana Hasatara Kachahatara Harna Hokora Hataha Om last one. Om Om. And a breath in for Aum. When you are ready, invite in a being of higher consciousness, a being of higher vibration, aligned with who we are, or more aligned with our inner being. To share wisdom, to share energy, for our highest good, of what is most relevant for us at this time in our lives. Allowing awareness to simply be. when you are ready, with heartfelt gratitude, let us thank this being or beings of higher consciousness. Let us thank them for this wisdom that was shared, this energy that was shared. As we bid them farewell, we can always invite them back at any time in the future. As we prepare for the next phase of chanting, the invitation to begin with Aying, which is simply aim, the seed syllable, the bija mantra of abundance, stretched into its 3 sound components. Ah for the heart, sliding up to E of the crown, sliding to Ing of a resonation with everything. And continuing to chant with So Hung 36 times. I will keep count and let us know when we're on the last one as we reach into divinity, chanting, I am the universe. I am everything. And concluding with Aying. And a breath in for Aying. And a breath in to chant. So Hung. 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 So Soham. 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 Breath in, frying. When you are ready, slowly bring your awareness back to the here and now. Maybe invite in some gentle movements. Maybe shrug your shoulders a little bit. And when you are ready, slowly open your eyes and welcome in the new now. Hutoto urhanata atara hashana hukoto. Congratulations, my friends. We have completed day number 71. We have completed the first half of this entire series. This being, this blissful existence, illuminating and nurturing grace, the grace within, the grace of who we truly are. Our growth, through growth and gentle tuning, with gratitude, whatever G word you resonate with. It's an acronym where you find the most meaning. I invite you to journal about your experience, whatever thoughts came up. You never know what's going to happen. Once we start to document it, we might start to flow more information about the experience as we allow it to happen. Maybe this information that we're documenting today will be relevant to us at some later point in time. Or maybe when we share it with a friend or anyone, maybe it becomes your book of your wisdom. The possibilities are unlimited. Whoa. They went long today. So let's wrap this thing up. Apologies if this gets uploaded later, because I won't have any time. I got to rush out right now. So I thank you, my friends, for sharing in my highest bliss. And shine on from your inner being, with your inner being, as your inner being. And make it a great day. Because why would you leave it up to anyone else? Asanata hisa ara rashuno hokorata.